What is happening, mudda people? This is your boy Kevin on the treadmill. And just give me 1 second. Ready, rock and roll. I actually wasn't expecting to hit the freaking start button, but well, I guess now is better than never. So basically, what I'm going to do today is kind of go over some of the Reddit comments and stuff like that as well. So hold on for a second. Let's see. Let's exit some of these screens as well. In terms of updates, really quick, just give me one moment. Just started doing some YouTube videos. Good old times as well. Let's do Reddit Pharmacy. As far as Hustle Academy, it's actually coming along pretty well. This is kind of like my updates about everything. Really almost done. I just got 3 more points and then I'm done with the general, or 4 more points, then done with the general layout. But this isn't about my Hustle Academy. If you're interested in my Hustle Academy, you can go hustleacademy.life, and that should redirect you to my email list. And you can sign up for when my free guide comes out to starting your side hustle. But basically, let's kind of evaluate what's going on in our pharmacy world. If you guys have any updates about what's happening in your pharmacy or any updates in general about COVID-19, please let me know in the comments. We'll just go from there. Some interesting things that are that are happening right now that I've been actually noticing over the last few days is that a lot of these benefits where you'll see these things, these posts and comments where it's like Starbucks says that they're offering healthcare workers free like drinks or whatever. I also saw a promotional content for Crocs. Actually, they were giving free Crocs to healthcare professionals as well, right? And there's a huge outrage between pharmacists right now where it's like, a lot of people aren't recognizing pharmacists as frontline workers, right? Pharmacists, it's really interesting. There was this link, and I haven't checked this out, but it's kind of interesting. We are, and let me move this down. Actually, I'll move it down to this screen so that it's actually ProRes. Let's move this up. Frick. Hold on for a second. Well, I think this is the best it's going to do. I don't think I can make this any easier unless I got other screens open. We have kind of become forgotten. Pharmacists need protection during the corona pandemic. And let's go through this article. Flood of phone call, basically just kind of outlining everything that's happening. Really talking about how a lot of pharmacists, they do not have more protective gear for pharmacists would help prevent the spread of novel coronavirus in patients in hospitals. In order to maintain drug sterility, IV drips, pharmacy workers need N95 masks. Completely agree. Interesting stuff. I think my stream is really lagging. Holy shit. Hold on, guys. I can't find my phone. Says getting groceries these days. Well, dude, my browser's crashing right now, so can't really go over the Reddit type of stuff. Wow, this quickly turned into an AMA, I guess. But I can't find my phone. Says, how are you getting your groceries these days? I've been making trips here and there. Every once in a while, I'll go to like something like Costco or something where I pick up my groceries and just go from there. What's interesting is that a lot of people are avoiding major Asian grocery stores, so those are always stocked. But I went to somewhere like Target earlier today, that was completely empty. So I would say, one of the best places to go if you need groceries is like your local H Mart or any of these Asian shops as well. So I haven't had any trouble getting groceries whatsoever. It looks like also the Costco's have been kind of dying down in my area. Really, it was super busy earlier in the day as well. And I'm going to I'm gonna start closing out these windows on my end because for some reason nothing is loading, which is really freaking annoying. Close this, close this, close this, close this. Oh shoot. Thank you. Thank you for saying my name correctly. I appreciate it. No problem, bro. Okay, so let me try this again. It looks like I'm gonna reset my Chrome actually. That's the one thing about Chrome. As I've been using it for these streams, it takes up a lot of system resources if you have a lot of tabs open. So I always try to fix it. Let me see. Reddit Pharmacy. Let's go back in. Great. Let's try this one more time. See if yes, finally opened. Got this fixed. Perfect. And it looks like there's a huge push right now for pharmacies to kind of go into major drive-through business only, right? COVID-19 officers will no longer be sent for assault charges with no injury, breaking and entering, criminal property damage, lost stolen property, menacing phone harassment begins 8 a.m. today. That is crazy. That's freaking crazy. So that's when people start looting, of course. And it's pretty interesting as well. So that's what's happening right now in the R Pharmacy. And one of the things about R Pharmacy that I really like is kind of like the people are just very raw about how they feel, right? You can sense a increasing frustration with pharmacists in general. With the R Pharmacy, there's this growing sentiment of people lying on things like Plaquenil. If you guys don't know, a lot of the Plaquenil scripts, a lot of people who have rheumatoid arthritis or lupus can't get access to their maintenance medications because there are a bunch of hoarder. There was a huge incidence of hoarding with these medications, and just for people just have this really big scarcity mindset, and it's pretty much bogging down the supply chain as well. But really interesting. I just received a prescription for someone I actually know that is not being treated for rheumatoid arthritis. There's a note on the prescription that says for rheumatoid arthritis with the correct diagnosis code. Does reporting these prescribers actually do anything? Is it worth the trouble? I can't believe a prescriber would actually do this while knowing there's a shortage. I guess why are you surprised, sis? There are shit humans that manage to get through college and med school. Just because you have an MD/DO at the end of your name doesn't mean that you won't resort to sketchy shit. Look at providers who scam insurance or had script mills. Doctors are humans like any other human, can majority suck. My pharmacist friend is reporting them all, if nothing else, for the hassle value on the provider's end. So pretty interesting as well. Like, we have to be super vigilant about misdiagnosed or inappropriate prescribing as well. Looks like somebody else is getting a bunch of APHA advertisements. I'm not a current member of APHA, but I receive emails from them. Nothing interesting here. Let's keep on going down. Our pharmacy as well. Wow, this is a pretty big story. 25-year-old tech dies of COVID-19. This is pretty interesting. Let's take a look at it. It's in Los Angeles too. 25-year-old pharmacy technician dies from coronavirus in Riverside County. No underlying health conditions reported. La Quinta. Riverside County health officials warned that the death of a 25-year-old pharmacy technician from COVID-19 Friday, and warned the community that the illness is not just deadly for elderly people. The body of a pharmacy technician on March 25th in La Quinta residence, according to Riverside County public officer Dr. Cameron Kaiser, The tech had no underlying health issues. Man, that's really sad. Out in Riverside, so that's not too far from here. He was in they were in self quarantine in La Quinta when he died. The current 8 deaths in Riverside County had been residents 70 and older. But man, that is really interesting. Of course, they probably didn't mention where this person worked, what chain, if anything, as well. So that's that's really chilling, by the way, too, man. And that really goes back to my point where definitely need PPE. We need to protect our healthcare providers as well, right? So let's see. Let's take a look here. Dude, this is really interesting too. You're starting to see, one of the patterns that I'm starting to see within the pharmacy state boards and all that is Michigan RX banning RX to prevent hoarding. Has anybody seen this? Huh. The Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs. And is this a board of pharmacy or what is it? Huh. Interesting. So inappropriate prescribing, hydrochloroquine. Prescribing any kind of prescription may be associated with medical documentation showing proof of the medical necessity and medical condition for which the patient is being treated. Again, these are drugs that have not been proven scientifically or medically to treat COVID-19. Michigan pharmacists are seeing an increased volume of prescriptions of hydroxychloroquine and chloroquine and should take special care to evaluate prescriptions' legitimacy. Blah, 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 blah. Man, so I wonder what they're doing. New York is preventing pharmacists from dispensing it without documentation of the ICD-10 code and allowing 14-day supply for new therapy, even with proper diagnosis. Wow, that is crazy. Ohio and Texas are doing similar things. In Ohio, we need a diagnosis code. If it's for COVID, there needs to be a positive test result and is limited at 14-day supply. Kentucky is doing the same. So I see a trend here. We're probably headed to this route of doing. By the way, I just saw the super chat. Hella funny. Might as well sell out. Why is it so exciting to watch super old dudes in porn? Even though it's super gross, it creeps me out. Why is it exciting? Same time exciting me. It's so funny, dude. All right, cool. Let's keep on going. As well, interesting question from the Reddit as well. Are pharmacies open in Italy? Is the quarantine in Italy so strict that the pharmacies are closed? In most of the EU member states, most of the pharmacies, grocery stores are open. Patients need medications and food. Personnel take precautions. Shortage sanitizers, masks, hydroxychloroquine. Wow, this is pretty crazy. But there's also a lot of delivery services. I think us as a country, we need to start providing a lot more delivery services, especially for the medications. That's why probably it's a good idea to switch to mail order if you haven't already for all your maintenance medications. So you don't have to go to go to these pharmacies. Think about it like this. There's a lot of sick people in pharmacies too. So it's probably not the smartest idea to gather in places like pharmacies and all that as well. Seton says, laugh my ass off. What? I don't know. It's a super chat, so had to read it out. AMA, ASHP, and APHA nationally have been unanimous to address the issue. They have a joint statement on March 25th. I wonder, speaking about that, APHA, AMA, and ASHP. Let's take a look at this really quick. Let's see if there is. Let's see. Shoot. APHA. No, I'm not looking for that. American Pharmacists Association. Cool. Let's go to home. Let's go to the AMA website. Let's see if they've what's on their website right now. I haven't actually taken a look at any of these websites at the moment. For y'all that are joining our stream today, just make sure to like this video as well. Would appreciate it. So In terms of APHA, visit the APHA Pharmacist Guide to Coronavirus. Really interesting. And there's a lot of different news right here. Let's see what and we can definitely go. I don't want notifications for this. They break down the latest on COVID-19. Is this the actual website for American? Doesn't look like it. Maybe. And ASHP. Let's take a look at this. There's a resource center as well for here. Kind of curious about the APHA guide as well, so let's take a look at that. Let's delete this tab. So, patient guide to coronavirus. There's a lot of new things. APHA working for you. Webinar. Public resources. What pharmacists should know. Huh. Well, nothing really interesting here, I guess. Let's go back as well. Let me delete, let me close out Dr. Lee's comment over here. All right, cool. All right. Huh. Losartan, what the heck? This is new. I haven't seen this. Apparently, losartan's on back order. COVID-19 overprescribing. Been on back order for us. It's not even an issue at this time. Had boss counted in stock yesterday, so I figure something's up with that. We have hundreds of zithromycin tabs, and all our hydrochloroquine is on lock and key. What's next? Have not seen this yet, but the panic prescribing may not be so far behind. However, ACE and ARB use in COVID-19 is not conclusive. It'll make you more or less susceptible. On a personal note, I'm very curious. Wow, so are people actually starting to prescribe things like ACE and ARBs for something like Corona, which is really weird. And I guess the really sad thing about this is that it's affecting a lot of like these maintenance medications as well, right? So, you can look later. AMA joint statement about. I'll take a look when they actually do their official statement. How long does it take to create a cure for the virus? Honestly, from what the experts are saying, there's no real cure. I wouldn't say cure, right? Vaccines, they said probably it would take within a year, and that's extremely quick. I definitely would not be one of the first people for that because you have to they're either shortening the approval process or I don't know. I'm just kind of curious about the safety and efficacy of a vaccine when they pump it out. But I know there's a few different companies from what I was reading as well. Walgreens on COVID-19 full of anger and disappointments. So please read this and share thoughts. Obviously, there's news about CVS, Walgreens, and all other pharmacies being left without protective gears. What a sad reality for community pharmacists. I'm furious about how community pharmacy employees are being treated. Here's a brief summary of messages from Walgreens to pharmacy staff regarding COVID-19. Virus is transmitted through contact and airborne particles from infected person cough, sneeze. Masks are not needed for employees in the pharmacy. Do not wear gloves. Instead, wash your hands. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Pharmacists can wear masks, but Walgreens would not provide you one. Holy shit. Seems like most of these retail pharmacy corporations do not even consider pharmacists being in the frontline healthcare workers during this global pandemic. It's inevitable that pharmacists and technicians both get in close contact with many, many more people, including those that have acute infection, whether it's COVID or other infection. It's fucking ridiculous that Walgreens tells employees not to wear protective gears. Working in pharmacy may not be insane as a pharmacy ER room, but the demographics of patients visiting with retail pharmacies cannot be much different from hospital demographics. Again, these patients, they have to get their drugs from somewhere. So I think that's really interesting. It's really frustrating too, because I know CVS has kind of made some steps, like they've actually taken steps to kind of compensate their pharmacists. I'm not saying it's fair compensation, but at least they're taking a step in the right direction. And the question I brought the other day was like, hey, what is considered fair compensation for a lot of these pharmacists, right? After things settle down, I expect there to be a huge lawsuit against these companies. I'm pretty sure there's like some sort of OSHA type of thing. No one cares about it right now because there's so much chaos going, but I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a huge lawsuit. All it takes is for one pharmacy staff member, maybe that pharmacy technician, maybe they're going to raise a lawsuit against the company that they're working at, if they can kind of prove that. Obviously I'm not a lawyer, but I could definitely imagine reading headlines in the news for something like that, right? So interesting stuff. Armor Ghost says, for as long as it takes. Back to article really quick, or the thing. Walgreens is quoting CDC, who has been spitting out illogical bullshit, saying things like masks are only for those that are sick. So if a patient comes to a pickup window literally 2 feet away from you in the pharmacy and coughs and sneezes and then washes his hands for 20 seconds, really any effective way to protecting pharmacy employees? What the fuck? The correct logic is if everyone's wearing a mask, then no one's going to be spitting out the virus in their mouth. Hence, better prevention overall. Obviously, all of this is taking all kinds of precaution / preventative measures. Cannot hurt anyone. This virus is growing fast and will grow faster in the next weeks, as seen in the other countries that did not take it seriously. Why can't these fucking corporates understand that pharmacists need to protect themselves, but also need to protect others by doing everything that they can minimize the spread? I think it's really irresponsible of these companies to continue. They're not changing the process, which is really disappointing, because there's things like you can do pharmacy delivery and all that to minimize exposure to the public. But what, all it takes is just for one of your pharmacy staff to get infected, and then it'll spread throughout the pharmacy, and then it's spreading to your patients, where it's either, hey, at the end of the day, either your employee is going to sue you back, or they're going to, it's just really disappointing to see how the pharmacy corporations really act. But you can tell that is protecting their healthcare professionals a priority to them? Obviously not, right? So once the beer virus dies down, we'll see how much society resembles Joker. Oh my god, that was such a creepy movie. By the way, saw Parasite. That was a really great movie. If you got a chance as well. Oh, also there was news that LA might be shutting down a lot longer than we thought. So definitely going to be in quarantine a lot longer, maybe. So who knows? But let's go to one of the comments. Our DM was in the store today, and we asked him if we were allowed to wear our own mask / gloves. He said, absolutely not. We sent some antiviral masks via expense, but they're specifically for patients to wear during the immunization process, not for us. Wow, that's so crazy. That is so freaking crazy. Oh my god. DMs lack any empathy or sympathy whatsoever. Have them, I guess, give the immunizations and boost their own numbers up, man. They're getting the bonuses probably. This is an interesting post. How can I show my appreciation to pharmacy? I'm a long-time lurker, first-time poster. After reading about appalling conditions, extra hours without fair compensation, lack of PPE that pharmacists and techs have to endure during the COVID-19 epidemic, I want to show my Walgreens pharmacy staff that I appreciate them. I'm just a customer, but there's surely something I can do to say thanks. Anything would be great. Food, doesn't matter what, pizza, pastry, it's all good. Double bonus to have local restaurant deliver so they get some money too during this short shit storm. I would say that somebody said bottles of hand sanitizer and face masks. Really funny. I would even also saying like Oh, and they're also told not to accept gift cards slash money. Wow, that's so interesting. Uh, oh man, rule of thumb is never eat or drink anything delivered by customers. Too many stores of vindictive customers tampering with the intention of harm. So no matter how nice they behave, I've seen it happen firsthand. Coffee drop off and contain laxatives. Wow, that's crazy. Whew, that is interesting. Interesting stuff, guys. Um, Pharmacists work so many hours they don't have time to attend their fight clubs. Nwando says my girlfriend works at CVS where one of the technicians was infected with COVID-19 and they did not close down. Holy crap. That is ridiculous. Wow. That is freaking ridiculous, man. This is crazy. I don't know what we like. I'm really perplexed at what we need to do to obviously I really don't understand these pharmacy corporations. Obviously it's going to probably take a lawsuit for this sort of stuff to be resolved, but they're not protecting their employees and they're seizing all the profits, by the way, right? We have to realize that. And guess what? They're not even doing a freaking good job with our stocks, man. Let's take a look at things like CVS, Walgreens stocks, see how they're doing. That's ridiculous. But I will, like I said, out of the corporate giants, I've only seen compensation through CVS. I wonder if let's type in Walgreens compensation for pharmacists during this time. What is wow, that's pretty interesting. I typed in Google really quick. Looks like on Glassdoor 65 to 160k per year. Wow, that's pretty grim stuff over here. Anything in the news, I guess. Maybe I should look into the news section, see if there's anything. So there's this modernhealthcare.com. I don't know how accurate these websites are either, man. So I'm looking, nothing major. Phony from that lady that we covered a few months ago, by the way, who was a fake pharmacist. I remember that girl, and she's just like, just forget about it, and I'll just walk away. I'm like, bitch, you ain't walking away with shit. You're gonna get fucking prosecuted to the end of the law, man. You're going to get jail time. CVS better offer me a discount to shop there then. CVS better get its stock price up because I've been a stockholder. It was at like 2015. It was at I think about $100 per share. I shared it on another stream, but it's probably about $50 per share. Let's take a look. I actually pulled it up for a second. Almost $60. Great, right? You know, obviously over the last, let's take a look. Over the last month, it's kind of been whatever. We're still bleeding, man. Let's take a look at the last 5 years. I think, yeah, this is when it was at really high, and then it just like plummeted ever since. 40%. Crazy. But then again, if there's anything that's happened with CVS that I don't know about, then I mean, I don't actively look at my CVS stock. I just open up my thing and it's just like, oh, not doing too hot. So I think I got another comment below. Kevin, pharmacist pay is only $35 an hour for health outcomes in Ohio and $47 for retail community. Wow, that is really bad. So let's do the calculations really quick. So I'm gonna open up, well, I don't want to open up my, well, 35 times, let's say you work a 40-hour week, right? 35 times 40, and there's 52 weeks in a year, so that's about 72k. And imagine if you spent what, let's call it 200k plus for school. You're spending a long time to pay back that loan. Holy shit. And if it's only $47, if I use that same equation, barely, not even hitting six figures, you're at 98k per year. Holy shit. Based Armor Ghost says, based off your knowledge of chemicals, I don't really know that much anymore, to be honest with you. And it's not even chemicals. Do you think it's theoretically possible to increase your IQ by swallowing pills? Uh, Definitely. If those pills exist, I would definitely take them. Um, how do you feel about Amazon Pharmacy? Well, you know, it's interesting. Before this coronavirus thing, I was actually looking at Amazon Pharmacy jobs, actually. So let me open that up really quick. They were looking for supervisors and all that. I think fulfillment, like, obviously, like, if you ever looked at the inside of working for Amazon, it's like hell. Like, people, like, yeah, I remember Dan Pena sending us an article about what it's like to work at Amazon, and you think CVS is high stress? I can imagine Amazon being way more high stress as well, right? I guess, like, fulfillment wise, it's gonna be good for our patients, but definitely no real opinion. But I think they solve a real problem where it's like one of the biggest barriers to, you're eliminating a huge barrier by having patients not go to the pharmacy. It's honestly better for everyone. Probably not good for pharmacist jobs, by the way, but that's an interesting fact. My tax return was 60,000 for my income last year. They don't even give 40 hours a week. It's only agreement 32 hours only. Wow, that's really rough. So let's say if your outcomes, right, and you're guaranteed 32, and how much do you say, Dr. Lee? $35 per hour. That's 60K per. Oh shit, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. At Dr. Lee, what, you don't like working 13 straight hours with no bathroom break? Yeah, who doesn't? Pharmacists aren't people, obviously, because we can't even afford to give them PPE or anything like that. All right, well, that is pretty. I gotta wrap up soon, anyways. RH pills, high ticket IQ ticket. Yeah, I got a UTI. I got UTIs. Lol. Armor Ghost. It's called nootropics. Nicotine with. I'm actually really into nootropics as well. Modafinil is really popular. But I've experimented with the paracetams, the racetams, and all that sort of stuff. Really great stuff. I even, back in pharmacy school, I even tried PEA, phenylethylamine, I think. A lot of different, dude. I remember there's this whole channel dedicated to nootropics. They also say some mushrooms, like if you've been seeing mushroom coffee and stuff like that, they say that those are nootropics as well. But it's really, from what I've seen, it's really trial and error a lot of the time when I go into these like racetam or nootropic forums as well. So really interesting stuff, by the way. But yes, Dr. Lee, nootropics, you mentioned it. Yeah. So anyways, guys, that is pretty much it for my stream. I got to get running because I actually have a closing call coming up fairly soon, and I got to tie up some loose ends. But wanted to hop on the stream really quick. And somebody was asking how fast I'm walking. Not that fast. Even in this, how long? I'll tell you the number in a second. 33 minutes. So for the last 33 minutes, I've been walking. I've been walking at 1 mile per hour. And half a mile. And actually 0.54. And I'm at around 3,700 steps. Just give it few more seconds, and that's what I do. And actually, this is a really great way to kind of burn some calories while I'm on closing calls and all that. Honestly, today I'm probably close to 20 or 30,000 steps. I kind of lost track after, like, I've been walking in the morning and then walking like for like an hour at a time maybe, and then I'll go in my car, go somewhere, and then rest from there. So yeah, man, no problem, guys. Appreciate you, Armor. So funny. Appreciate you, Hendrik. Appreciate you, Seton. Appreciate you, Dr. Lee. Whoever else is on here, make sure to smash that like button. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Peace.